So this is the definition of doping. So let's look at okay, we have pentavalent impurities. So the name tells you lah, tak adalah susah sangat So pentavalent, why the name is pentavalent? Because it has 5 valence electron. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the examples are antimony, arsenic, and then phosphorus. Okay, macam how do they work? So they contribute these extra electrons to the pure atom. Okay, to dot lah. Okay, so this is where we have pentavalent impurities. This is called we say that we produce n-type semiconductor. Okay, n-type. Okay, and then we have another group which is trivalent. Okay, the name's tri. Tri maksudnya apa? Okay, it has 3 valence electron. 1, 2, 3. And then this produce p-type semiconductor. Okay, so these are the example. Okay, do you need to know the examples? Yes, you need to know a few examples. Okay, sometimes dalam soalan you will be asked what are the possible impurities that can be added. So you need to check lah. You want pentavalent or you want trivalent. So if you want trivalent, you will choose your answer as boron, for example. Okay. Now, for me to this is easy for you to memorize ataupun nak ingat, senang je lah. Awak tengok N tu, N saya bayangkan dia sebagai negatif. Okay, this one P sebagai positif. Okay, so positif dia ada extra hole. Sini negatif dia ada extra apa? Electrons. Okay, alright. So this one producing hole. Okay, so ni producing. So this is kita panggil hole, hasilkan hole. Okay, and this one example of P layer and N layer. Okay, if you look at, we have ada junction kat sini. Okay, so here ada extra electrons. Nampak tak? Okay, and then ada extra holes. Okay, sini ada extra holes. Okay, so you may get this diagram in the exam, and then you will be asked what could be the doping tu, apa yang ditambah tu. Kat sini agaknya apa? Boron ke kan? So your example here could kat sini. So what are the impurities yang added kat sini? So jawapan yang possible sama ada boron or aluminium or gallium. So yang ni pun ada 3 jawapan. Okay. Now when we understand this, when we have we know that pentavalent impurities apa, and then we know what trivalent impurities are. So we can talk about semiconductor diode. So a diode is a semiconductor. Okay, so this is the example, the symbol of a diode. Okay, you need to know which one is which. So this one yang ada check ni adalah cathode, kita panggil cathode, and then this one anode. So usually anode positive, this one negative. Semua dah belajar ni kan? Cuma the one yang baru untuk you all is this one. Okay, this is P type, and then this is N type. So I told you just now. So senang je nak ingat, anode bahagian P. P macam seolah-olah P positive. P2 is not positive actually, tapi this is just for you to understand ataupun to memorize ataupun easy way for you to understand lah. So positive maksudnya kat sini ada more holes. This one N. And seolah-olah kita kata this is negative, and it has more electrons. Now, PN junction. So now the word junction. So if we have P types and then we have N types semiconductor, we can put them next to each other and then we will have junction. So ni in between the two types tu kita ada junction. Okay, so P type ada more positive hole. Bukan dia tak ada negatif, ada, tapi dia ada more positive hole. N type, it has more electrons here. So this one we call PN junction. So you need to know this characteristic, and I'm sure that you know the symbol already. Okay. And then when we have diodes, we can say that the diode is forward bias. What does it mean? So forward bias means this one. Bila? How do you want to recognize it is in forward bias ataupun reverse bias? So forward bias, okay, when you look at this dry cell, we have positive and then we have negative. So if forward bias, positive connected to the anode, positive. Alright. So what do you think? Do you think the bulb will light up?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No, ada.
No.
Oh, ada orang cakap yes. Owner, berapa orang dah kita ni bersama-sama ni? Owner ni dengan siapa lagi? Siapa yang saya jadikan apa tu? Kalau saya tanya awak jawab kalau saya tanya awak jawab, ataupun kalau dah terlebih masa,
Okay.
beritahu dah habis masa. Okey. Nak prepare untuk kelas seterusnya pula kan? Okay, and then this one diode forward bias. So forward bias akan allows current flow or not? So the answer is
Oh.
yes. Okay, P type of the diode is connected to, ni awak kena tahu. Ni soalan lah, ni boleh jadi soalan. Okay, this can be a question. P type of the diode is connected to hole. Ataupun kita tak panggil hole lah. Kita panggil to the, sorry. P type of the diode is connected to, this is P type. So P type, kita kata dia connected to the positive terminal. Okay, and then you need to, this can be in the 4 marks question ataupun dalam essay. Dalam essay dia kata explain how a diode is in forward bias. So these are the things that you can explain, you can write. So N type, so this is N type. N type is connected to the
Negative terminal.
negative terminal. So this is easy.
Negative terminal.
Yeah. And then number 3, you can write electron moves across the PN junction. Mana ni? Elektron yang kat mana kita nak sebut ni? So if you, kalau tadi kita cakap awal-awal, dalam P type ada elektron and then N type pun ada electrons. But N type has more electrons. So kita kata when we connect the diode and the battery, the dry cell like this, so electrons at the N type here, we say that moves across the PN junction here. Dia akan lalu junction to the P type. Therefore, current flow. Okay, if you okay, this is ada bulb kat sini. Okay, ada bulb ni. So bulb will light up.
Light up.
Now, so what about diode reverse bias? So reverse bias adalah sebaliknya lah. So I will suggest you make sure you know one of it by heart. So the other, kalau keluar soalan pasal reverse bias, it should be the other in the opposite.
Dengar.
Okay? So P type of the diode is connected to, P type mana P type? Connected to negative
Negative.
terminal. N-type is connected to, so ini awak tengok lah, N-type connected to the
Positive
positive
terminal.
Positive terminal.
So you know already, so this one dia adalah negative, more negative kan, more negative. So kalau more negative dengan positive, kalau kita belajar tajuk electric, positive charge dengan negative charge, what happen?
Attract each other.
Yes, they attract, they love each other. So bila ada macam tu, dia akan attract more to the terminal. So dia move away from the junction. Okay, so electrons and holes pulled away, therefore no current flow. Tak ada current flow dekat sini. Dalam ni tak ada. Okay, so bulb will not light up. Berbeza dengan tadi. Kalau yang ni, this one negative, more negative, this one more positive. And then negative, dia tak nak dengan negatif juga. Negative charge dengan negative charge dia repel. So bila repel, dia move away from the negative terminal, so dia akan rapat dengan holes, therefore junction ni akan menipis. So kita kata sini PN junction narrow. Ini yang maksudnya narrow tu. Nampak tak, ada nipis je. Okay, tapi just now if you see, the junction becomes wider junction. Okay, and sometimes kita panggil junction ni adalah depletion zone. So you need to know these two terms. Okay, so diode is reverse bias and then diode will not light up. So ini another example. This is another way you can draw. So positive terminal to positive, bagus.
Terminal.
Okay, bagus maksudnya apa? This is
Forward bias.
forward bias. So light.
Bias.
Okay, awak kena tahu ni macam mana. Okay, itu selalu soalan keluar dalam pre-test kita nampak. Okay, and then this is a graph of V against I ataupun I against V. Okay. Now we want to show what reverse current and reverse forward bias. Okay, you can I will give this slide to you and then you can read this one. Okay, and then when we know that is the diode can be forward, we know that diode can be forward bias, diode can be reverse bias. Because of this, okay, diode can work ataupun can function as a rectifier. So what is that mean? Okay, soalan boleh jadi soalan boleh tanya, what is the meaning of rectification? Kalau rectification, okay, rectification is a process. Okay, rectification. Okay, now rectifier. Rectifier adalah benda. Apa benda yang menjadi rectifier? Diode. Okay, apa yang dia rectify? Dia rectify AC to DC. So dia, okay, so rectification is a process. You must have this keyword, number 1. Proses apa? Process of converting and alternating current into direct current. Simple saja. Nama dia je jangan gempak kan, rectifier. Okay, senang saja definition ni. Dah 1 markah soalan. Okay, and then when we talk about rectification ataupun rectifier, we have 2 types of rectifier atau rectification. We have half wave rectifier ataupun, okay, so this, bila kita ada electric component, kita ada alternating current, power supply, and then kita ada component diode, and then kita ada component resistor. Okay, we connect them like that. So we say we have half wave rectifier. If we put CRO here, kita dah belajar CRO awal tadi, and then awak letak CRO here, what you will see? Okay, this is alternating current. So kalau alternating current, kita ada positive, negative, positive, negative. So this is what you will see. You will see at the
Alternating
CRO.
current.
Yes. Tapi bila current dah, okay, ini positif. Katalah bila alternating ni dia ada cycle dia. First cycle, this one jadi positif, jadi negatif. Second cycle, this one jadi negatif, this one jadi positif. Okay. So now, apa jadi kalau kita ada okay, kat first cycle ni jadi positif. So current lalu. Okay. Dia ada bila first cycle diode is forward bias ke reverse bias? What do you think?
Forward.
Very good.
Forward.
Okay, very good. Bila this one positive cycle, diode jadi forward bias, so kita akan dapat bacaan here.
Positif.
Okay, very good. Yes. Now at second cycle, diode jadi reverse bias. Because current current datang daripada sini sebab second cycle macam ni pula. This is second cycle. So current sini, sini, sini. Can current flow? Tak boleh. Kan? Sebab diode function dia apa? What is the function of diode? Only allow
One direction.
current flow in one direction. Okay? So tak dapat bacaan kat sini and then the cycle continue.
Dapat positif balik.
Yes. Okay, good. So you know that. Now, bila kita ada okay, now we have full wave rectification. How many diodes we have? Bukan 2. Tadi 1, sekarang
Four.
4. Okay, jadi 4. So this one alternating currentnya and then dia akan jadi CRO. Bila dah lalu through the diodes, kita akan dapat macam ni pattern dia. Okay, right. So you should know how to write this one. Okay, right. So this is dia punya movement tu. Okay, current. Tengok the way of current, the direction of current. Okay. This is how you compare full wave and half wave. So make sure you know this one. Now, semiconductor lagi satu is capacitor. Alright, so this is a capacitor. You watched this video already, so I'm not going to show you. Okay, so capacitor, the function is to smooth. Okay, smoothing. Okay, acts a current regulator or smoother. Okay, so tadi without the capacitor kita dapat macam ni, peak, flat, peak, flat. Tapi bila dah ada capacitor dia jadi almost flat. Okay, so kita kata dia smoothkan. Okay. Right. And next you should learn about transistor. Tapi saya rasa transistor ni saya tak sambung hari ni lah, kita sambung some other time. Boleh tak?
Boleh.
Okay.